Picking up on what you're saying there, it sounds like it's not just connection with nature that we're missing and it is natural, it's connections with each other. And with more connections like that, that's when we need to heal broken communities. I hate that term, but to heal, you know, the
You know,
ills
but
of the
you
community.
say the words broken, like in some ways they might be broken, in a lot of ways they won't be, and there'll be a lot more positive things going on here or in Artcliffe or in Stockwood or whatever than there are in the rest of the city. The issue is that there are things, but there are things everywhere, and I guess that's the point, that if you take away those provisions that have been there to bring people together over a number of years, then, you know, you're taking away the opportunity for people to build those relationships. Like this could go so deep, this answer. It's just like, where do we stop? You know, if you've got a connection with your neighbour, so everything Grassroot Communities does is about people and planet, right? People comes first, planet comes second. It's all part of the same deal. Is my view, but you know, everyone's got a different view. If you're mates with your neighbour, you're less likely, as a young person, to throw a stone at their window. Because you'd have a second thought, wouldn't you, about, oh, I know Barry, I know that everyone else is pissing around throwing stones at windows, and I'm not going to do that. It's a connection. Do you know what I mean? And that goes on further. If you don't have connections with people, so for example, if there's now, like, through media and how they look at young people and how they report on young people and hoodies and this, that and the other and all the bullshit that goes with it, they're no different than any other group of young people that have ever been over time, only there's less for them to do now than there has been for a long time. But if you demonise young people, then it gets people worried, doesn't it? So there's going to be less connection between people, and if there's less connection, then it's easier for people to react, young people or adults, in a way that isn't so nice, because they haven't come together. So there needs to be things that are provided to come together. Now, over time, I've thought to myself, and it links back to what I was talking about before with consultation and basing projects on the wants and needs of communities and the skills that are already there. And if you do that, all the projects that we do could be, you know, like the Growing Streets Together project, Street Party project, it's on someone's street. It's there. It's in front of them. You're not expecting anyone to go anywhere. It's right there. They come there, they make the connection, and then they help make the whole thing happen, and they support each other to do it and create the nuts and bolts that make those street parties happen. Those street parties have got a better chance of happening again in the future because of that. I think it's about going to people where they are and not expecting people to come to buildings. And I just think through the amount of cuts that we've faced and we're going to face probably long into the next decade, there's going to be less buildings. And what is the key to what we're trying to do here? You've already said it. It's the connection of people. So I think we need to go to them.